The following video is me sharing my personal experience in my learning about crypto, about cryptocurrencies, the creation of crypto coins in the category of meme coins. And the way that basically is it's taking an existing coin, in my case Solana, and we are creating a coin within that ecosystem. And then we're putting that coin up for sale on the market. And I'm learning all the different aspects of what that's about and what type of pitfalls there are, because there are many. And I'm trying to share that experience with you so you don't have a difficult experience if you choose to do that. The direction we're heading with this is to help create the idea of a sovereign banking system that I own and I operate without any assistance. I'm working towards creating my own banking system that can be then pulled back into full self-custody. So it starts on an account online, and it has a wallet that is on the account online. And we do the work with that, but then we have the ability to move it into self-custody in what's called a cold wallet. And so I'm sharing that experience with you as I go through it in real time. And the following video is all about that. I hope this helps you, and I hope it encourages you. The idea that I would like to see is that people get interested and create their own accounts and create their own wallets, and then learn with me in a way where I get to step before you and see what type of pitfalls there might be, and then share my lessons with you so you don't have a tragic experience. Blessings to you all. This is June 1st, 2026. And we're back at the Dirk BJ account that I created. I'm saying that in past tense. I was the developer, and you can see that what had happened was I had a learning experience, and it went exactly as I kind of predicted, even from the beginning, which is really interesting. I was right from the very beginning. I predicted that some people who are up to no good in my life would get, basically want to get involved in messing with me. And they think it's pretty funny. And, but that's all part of my learning. And I'm very grateful for it. I'm grateful for what they've done, because they didn't really, they got a little bit of money. They did. But more than anything, they got a good laugh. I think that's what they really got, was a good laugh. And, what I am so happy about is that my intuition told me about the whole thing before it happened. And then as it was playing out, even though I made some mistakes, it usually happens when you're learning, I gave up the custody of the wallet that holds this fund. I'm still on it. That's why I'm looking at it now. And I still basically hold the wallet, but someone else holds the wallet as well. There's someone else in the wallet. And so I'm going to try and explain what happened. Okay, so you can see that there has been now 7 audits. And I think there's one that's incomplete of this account. I was flagged not too far back, which is something that anybody who is involved, in other words, anybody who is trading this coin, can have a beef and they can do a report. That's part of the system. I think it's a good system. But it also could be used for nefarious reasons. So there are those who do not want to see me succeed, and they're kind of they're kind of devils in my midst that like to play games, and they want to see what they can do to trip me, and that's why I'm going through this, is to learn the trip hazards. Okay, so what happened was about a week ago. My coin, I think it was a week ago today or tomorrow, my coin got flagged. It was being flagged for spam, which I didn't even know what spam was. I now know that spam means that there is question as to the authenticity of where the money came. They want to know where the money came from to fund this. And so they're up looking for people who are doing money laundering. It's interesting that the people who have taken my wallet from me are basically people who are in the business of money laundering. And they might even be using my coin now, or they may be using this account now to do money laundering on this account with the intention to try and put me to blame. And I don't really know what I can do to defend myself against it, except for to basically expect that it may be happening. And that's about the best I can do. So what they did was they flagged my account, and then they were expecting me to go look for help. And so I did. I went and looked for help. And the mistake I made was trusting the system that was presented to me, which is basically on Telegram. Now, you have to understand that Telegram is like the frontier, right? It's the new frontier. Telegram is where kind of the Indians and the cowboys are all intermixed, and they all wear masks, and they all do. So you can look at the fact that they might use it for a helpline. They might use it for people who volunteer or employed to actually help people. But it's also almost impossible to prove who's who. And so there's a lot of people who are into scamming that will use things like Telegram to trip people up. And that's exactly what they did with me. So what happened was they flagged my account. I went to Telegram. I looked up Phantom. And of course, a bunch of people showed up that wanted to help me. And I basically followed their direction on how to repair the problem. Some of them kind of accused me of being a spammer, and they wouldn't talk to me and this and that. And I didn't at that time even know what a spammer was, so there's not much I could do. I just basically said, well, as far as I know, I'm innocent. All I have done is invest money. And then now you can see that actually I had never sold any of my coin. In fact, I haven't sold any of this coin. And then you can see that this shows that somebody who has stolen my wallet from me has sold my coin. And basically now, and the dev is me, the dev now holds 0%. So that's about, you can see what I lost. I lost $242. And so I, basically gave all my money that it cost to create this coin, which about 300, maybe about $400, I think, including all included expenses. And that's okay. That's okay, because it's been worse in the past. Now, I'm not doing this to discourage anybody, but I am encouraging you to be careful. And I'm in this to try and help you recognize what the signs are of a scam. So there's a lot of scams in this world of crypto, and there's even more scams on Telegram. So what happened was they basically directed me to a website, and that website directed me to share my address of my wallet that the coin was created on, which is this wallet here. And so I did, and then it asked me to share there's 12 words that basically are secret words that you're not supposed to share with anybody. Now, I knew I wasn't supposed to share with anybody, but it was like a website, and it was basically trying to prove that I had, they would audit my account and prove that the money was coming from legal means, right? So I did that, and I kind of knew it was risky when I did that, and I was correct. So what I want to say in retrospect is, for any of you who are seeking help, if you're doing this, if you're seeking help, then you need to find a way where you can securely authenticate whoever it is that you're doing business with. 100% authenticate who you're doing business with, because pretty much everybody else is out there to take your money. And I don't really feel bad about the loss, because what I learned is far more valuable. So what happened was I shared on this website that I was directed by this person who claimed to be part of the Phantom help customer assistance, right? On Phantom, and Phantom's customer assistance person basically directed me to a website where it asked me for those 12 words, the 12 words that are used to identify my wallet securely. And I complained to him that I didn't think that was right, because those were not supposed to be shared. And he assured me, which a lot of thieves do, he assured me that everything was going to be okay. So I want to make this very clear that if it's you and you're going through this, you don't ever cough up those 12 words, ever, because that cost me $400 and quite a bit of time, but not not wasted time, because these are valuable lessons that I'm grateful for. And I know that this will now prevent further mistakes made with maybe a lot more money. So what am I going to do? I know that there is a thief that holds this wallet too. Now, if I was to say, put money into this account, then the thief would take it. And so I'm not going to put any more money in this account. So what do? I have plans. And we'll see how they go. They will be lessons in those plans, and we'll see how they go. And I'll share that experience with you. So what has happened since? Okay, so you see that this red balloon here with my dev insignia in it has sold everything. I had basically had just under, I think had 3.5 billion coin, and they sold them all. And somebody, of course, who held the sniper here and the bundler here, they held some, and so they probably got a good price, or they bought mine at a really low price probably. Okay. Since then, there's been a couple buys, so there's people buying now. You can see that on the left side here. You can see that there have been sells and buys 13 hours ago, probably about the same time they sold mine. So you can see my sell is right here. This is where they sold my coin. And let's see if you can see. So 3.26 million they sold for. I don't really get that because I was holding billions. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So they basically sold my coin, and somebody bought it. Still some things that are kind of sketchy about that. Anyway, part of the learning. So what's my plans? My plans are going to keep going forward. I have newer, better coins. I have like a book that I've been writing down coins and checking out their availability, and I'm planning on doing more of this. I will certify or validate my account before I start trading it. I guess is what I'm going to try, because I think it costs more the more business that has been done. So what am I going to do? I'm going to create more coin. I might go ahead and continue trading on this coin, but I'm going to do it with a different wallet. See, the thing is they haven't done anything but slowed me down. I have funding available that I can use to continue trading this. And so I might continue to trade this because this is no different. It does have my name on it. This is no different than you using someone else's coin. Like you can use XRP. You can buy XRP and you can do your banking on XRP as a coin or a currency. You can do XLM. You can choose a coin and you can use that for your sovereign banking. You can use Bitcoin. I would say that Bitcoin's not a bad bet. It's going to stay hopefully somewhere in the neighborhood that it is now. A lot of people are speculating it's going to go much higher, and it may, but it's not going to do that. I don't think that's going to do it this year. So you may profit from it. There are a lot of coins. I'm going to do some talking about what I use to kind of see if it's a good coin or bad coin. I do hold a few coin. And they're in a different wallet that hasn't been compromised, which is why I did this. I actually didn't even have my personal information really on this coin. The only thing that connects to me at all on this wallet, is that it has the address where I sent the money to it, from my other wallet. So they do have that, but and I'm not really, these people threatened that the FBI would come to see me if I didn't do what they told me to do. So they love to make you panic. The thing is I hadn't done anything wrong, and I really had no fear of speaking to the FBI. There's nothing that I'm hiding. So if the FBI decides to come see me, what I'll do is I have other issues with these same criminals that I wish to share evidence with the FBI. If they happen to come see me, that'll just make it easy on me because I have a lot to share. And the more these people pester me with the games that they like to play, the more they're going to be dealing with the consequences of playing in my games. Anyway, So that's kind of what's going on. Let's see. When I do continue purchasing this coin, I'll share that with you. And I'm trying to figure out how to share the experience. I have the websites that you shouldn't do business. These are obviously websites that were created by fraud people, syndicates, and the people on Telegram also that were claiming to be customer service. They're involved in criminality, and I have evidence. I've saved all those conversations. I have them saved, and I think there's actually an address. There's an address or two, like in this wallet. There is an address of where the money was sent to, because they took whatever is left of my Solana that I had and they sent that to somebody. So I have that address. And then they also probably took this $1.89. I don't know if that's what if they pocketed that. I think it's actually in Solana right now. But anything that they took off of this account will have an address attached to it. So it may be that people with the right type of skills can get closer to the people that are playing games with my games in my games. Anyway, the things that I'm doing are all completely upright, and I'm working within, I believe, a system that we're all trading in now anyway. The idea of crypto is not going away. The idea of crypto is going to be the future, and I believe that it will be. Bugs will be removed. And I think that it'll be a system that is designed to try and catch some of these fraudsters, because there is a lot of fraud because it's a frontier, right? We had with the 17 and 1800s, I guess you might say, there were people out in the deserts, in the frontier lands, that were robbing trains and things like that. And so when it's the frontier, you have to understand that there's going to be bank robbers, right? So it's learning how to navigate that desert, right? Anyway, blessings to you. I hope this helps.